I hate to start this stream off negative, but we gotta talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've not been following this story, RAM prices have been through the roof because AI data centers are buying up all the RAM. And then to make matters worse, last week, Crucial, one of the main suppliers of RAM, announced they will no longer be selling to consumers like you and I, because they only want to sell to data centers. On top of that, they're cutting back on hard drive development from Samsung. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to let you know, unfortunately, it might get worse. For the Dextero, Nvidia is reportedly planning to cut production of its GeForce RTX 50 series GPUs up to 40% in 2026 due to memory shortages. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. So starting, and keep in mind, there's only two GPU makers, Nvidia and AMD. Oh, I mean, there's smaller ones, but anybody buying that shit. So now there will be a shortage of RAM, SSDs, and GPUs. Yeah, Intel just dropped some, but ain't nobody buying that Intel shit. That's not to be trusted. Which means the price of PCs are about to go up even more. Well, computers as a whole. A lot of things use GPUs. So if you're in the market thinking about building a PC or upgrading, please consider doing it ASAP if you can afford it, because I'm glad I built my PC last year. And then also, if you have a gaming PC, if you have a PS5, if you have an Xbox Series, you better take care of that shit. Make sure to dust it out. Make sure to clean it, because parts are about to get more expensive. I wanted more DDR4 RAM, but that shit got hit already. They gonna start going after the fucking DDR3, and don't nobody even want that shit. This is nasty. Is there a full article for this shit? There is. Nvidia is reportedly preparing to cut production of the 50 series GPUs in early 2026, according to multiple industry reports, raising concerns about future supply and availability. The report changes would impact Nvidia's consumer graphics card lineup during the first half of 2026, with production reductions said to be tied to ongoing memory shortages affecting the broader PC hardware. According to reporting from BenchLife, Nvidia is expected to reduce GeForce GPU production as much as 30 to 40%. The cuts are reportedly linked to shortages across multiple memory types, including GDDR7, rather than being limited to a single component. Let me tell you something. This is not just about a shortage. Oh, there's a shortage, so we're not going to put as many out for the consumer. This is also about AI. Because I just remember, keep in mind, just last year, the CEO of Nvidia, during their press conference, all they talked about is AI, 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 AI. They're going to be super invested in this shit. So I have a sneaky suspicion the reason they're cutting production is so they can feed whatever they have to these data centers, because they probably feel like they can make more money versus selling it to you and I. Once again, fucking everybody over. Yo, shout out the little tweet with the $5 super chat. I don't know what's worse, Trump terrorists or AI. They go hand in hand because he be posting AI pictures of Obama and shit like that. Did y'all see what he posted? He put a plaque under Obama's name in the White House, just slandering him. I'm like, that should be fucking illegal, bro. So you've been warned. You've been warned. If there's a price hike, you heard it here first. They're trying to push us into the GeForce Now. That's a good conspiracy. I can see that. Because if they try to push us into GeForce Now, for those unaware, that's their streaming service that nobody uses. If their goal is to push us into GeForce Now, that would further reinforce his ethos argument that he always makes, that you will own nothing. They want us to own nothing, so you can't own a GPU, but you can stream the games off our data center. I don't like this shit, man. When I read this article, I said, man, where my fucking dustbuster at, bro? It's been like a couple months since I cleaned my PC out. Take care of your shit. Make it last forever. That is the one good thing about more modern PC parts. They last way longer. I see that's like propaganda. I see some console gamers who've never built a PC before will put in the comment section of my videos when I talk about PCs. I don't get into PC gaming because it's too expensive. You guys have to upgrade every year. I don't know where that rumor came from. That's never been a thing. It's not even like a modern. That's never been a thing. If you take care of your PC, it will last 5 to 7 years easily without a fucking upgrade. Especially if you don't stream. I'm gonna be honest, I probably wouldn't have upgraded my PC last year if I didn't stream. I needed to. I needed the extra horsepower because this is my job. I got to beam out an image multiple times. But like, The PC back there, it ran every modern game completely fine, and I had a 2080, a GPU from 6 years ago. So whoever told these console gamers that you were constantly upgrading your parts, no. Anybody who upgraded their shit is because they wanted to and they can afford it because they're not broke. Yeah, also, nobody really does that. Yeah, nobody really fucking does that. I just want to upgrade my 37. That's all I want. You better get to it, bro. You better get to it. I wonder if this is going to affect the used market as well. I wonder if people like on eBay and other third-party seller sites are going to be like, well, let me mark up the price, man. It's the same with phones. It's funny how people understand that. They don't need to upgrade their phone every year, but they think somehow it changes when it comes to video games. Like, no. But what else I got for ya? What else I got for ya? Take this with a super grain of salt because I never heard of this account. Keep in mind, anybody can buy a check mark, but it's a slow news day, so I'll entertain it. What we do know is rumors have been surfacing for the past year that Sony is working on a handheld that's supposed to launch alongside the PlayStation 6 in 2027 or 2028. It's supposed to be able to run PS5 and PS6 games natively. And we got some new rumors that just hit my timeline on Twitter. But like I said, I don't know this account. Take it with a grain of salt. They're saying the PS6 handheld currently in development that it can be docked and is targeting a 2027 release date with a relatively affordable price point. That's interesting. This is the first time I've ever heard that it will have a dock mode. So this would be pretty much a competitor to the Steam Deck, meaning it could be a world where you don't even need to own the PS6. You could get a PS6 mini, basically. It's maybe not as powerful, but if you don't care about having the most powerful hardware, you can take it on the go, or you can have both, basically. Shout out to Dark with the sub. Appreciate it. It'll run PS4, 5, and 6 games natively. Sony is pushing developers to target 60 FPS at lower resolutions, which I think is possible. For those unaware, the reason why the Steam Deck has lasted so long and why, even though it's not the most powerful piece of hardware, you have to take into consideration that the screen is smaller. I don't know how big the screen on the Steam Deck is, but like this screen looks like what, 7-8 inches. When you have a resolution that's much smaller than a traditional 1080p, 1440, 4K monitor, you don't need as much horsepower to get the image out. So you can keep the high visual fidelity because now you no longer have to worry about the resolution and you only have to have the power to pump out the textures. So this is believable. It could be a thing. Devs currently have access to the PS5's low power mode SDK. This is so devs can target the Canis specs now and prep their games for launch. They're basically saying that there are dev kits floating around and developers are working on new games or ports for this PS6 mini handheld thing. Sony likely is betting big on Canis as an alternative to the PS6 home console to get customers excited about next gen while also being more competitive with the Nintendo Switch 2. So it's kind of like what I said up here. The original rumors that were floating is it was going to be like a PSP 2, but this sounds like this is going to be a handheld PS6 for people who maybe don't want a home console but still want sort of a home console because you can put it in dock mode. They're willing to have less power, but you can take it on the go. This is a direct competitor to the Steam Deck, basically. And I say I'm with it because I'm good I like competition. I like competition. Also, the PSP is one of my favorite handhelds. All I ask is if this thing turns out to be true, can we please get SOCOM Fire Team Bravo back? Or a new type of SOCOM, and make sure it got online on it, man. I wish they would just state their sources. This is my only problem with this tweet. And this is my problem with people being able to buy check marks. No sources are stated. It's just a YouTuber. You could have at least said that the guy at GameStop told me or something. So take it with a super grain of salt. Nah, MBG is not valid. And that's why I said take it with a grain of salt. I don't know this dude. I'm just entertaining it because it showed up on my For You page and I need something to talk about. Blame Elon. If you're watching on YouTube and you're wondering why I titled the video, the 2025 Game Awards exposed you again, it's because, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 2 sets of data coming out of the Game Awards from the host Jeff Keighley. And the first thing I want to talk about is the top 10 selling games from the dollar value in the US for 2025 so far. Number 1 is Battlefield 6, 2K26, Monster Hunter, Borderlands, College Football, Madden, Black Ops 6 and 7, Oblivion Remaster, and Ghost of Yotei. Honestly, I'd say this is one of the better lists. This is one of the better. I'll give it to you. This one, compared to previous years, this is one of the better lists because not everything is generic mainstream games. I mean, you got Battlefield 6. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Half of the games are not your typical Call of Duty Madden shit. The other half is, but usually it'd be like 7 of the fucking top 10 are Call of Duty games. I don't know why the fuck Black Ops 6 is here. I don't know how. Somebody's buying this shit. Be honest in the chat. Who bought Black Ops 6 this year? Who bought it? No Mind's Eye? No Mind's Eye. Oh, Lord. No. Sword and Shield. People are saying Sony's trying to copy Nintendo with the handhelds. Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, because I mean the Steam Deck. Yeah, you're right. I guess it would be a copy of the Switch because the Steam Deck wasn't the first one to have the dock mode. It was the Switch. So yeah, I guess it's a copy. I'm not gonna lie, Nintendo's so irrelevant to me right now. I don't even be thinking about the Switch. But yeah, I guess you could say they're copying it. Pink Eye is trash. So those are your top 10 selling games of the year so far. I try to tell y'all Battlefield 6 is the best selling game of this year. By the way,
every time a sub returns,
for a bunch of niggas who were screaming Arc Raiders should have won game of the year, I don't see it here. I don't see it here. It's probably in the top 15 or 20. Yo, shout out to Cookie with the sub, which just goes to show you that sales shouldn't matter. I hate when people use that argument because you see Expedition 33 isn't here either. It's probably in the top 15 or 20 as well because it sold 6 million, which means in order to get the 10 spot, you had to sell probably at least 7 million or higher. This is why you should never judge art off of numbers and shit. Because people love to make the Arc Raiders is one of the #1 stream game on Twitch. That doesn't determine whether the game is great or not. It just means it's popular. If you have a bunch of popular people streaming something, their drones are gonna follow and play it. It doesn't mean it's the best thing out. I'm perplexed how the Oblivion remaster was here, especially because it was on Game Pass. No, that's facts. I don't understand how this beat out anything. But then again, I mean, to be fair, they just announced Skyrim for the Switch 2. Somebody is buying these Bethesda remasters, and I say lock them up. Y'all the problem. That's why they never fix the game, because anytime a new Oblivion remaster is announced, y'all buy it. Ark is cheaper than all those games by $20. That's why I thought that it would be in the top 10 best-selling games, but it's not. And you can't make the argument it's because it just came out, because to be fair, Battlefield just came out too. And it's so did Borderlands, so... I wish they would have posted maybe the top 25 because I suspect Arc Raiders, Expedition 33, Hades, all that stuff, Kingdom Come Deliverance, it's probably like in the lower half of the 20 probably. Wait, I haven't played Skyrim before. Should I check it out? Not my cup of tea, but a lot of people like it. A lot of people love it. I can send the top 20. You got the top 20? Drop the link in the chat. You got the link? What's the top 20? I want to see the full numbers. While he looks for that link, let me bring up the other data, the more interesting data that I wanted to talk about. The data that exposes all of you niggas, bro. The other data set I wanted to cover is Jeff Keighley, the host of the Game Awards, tweeted out, "Thank you for making 2025 the most watched Game Awards ever. Viewership was up 11% year over year." What that means, if you're not following, is it's grown every single year over year. They're up 11%. That's a crazy jump, by the way. 171 million global live streams of the full show. Conversation on Twitter was up 12% year over year, meaning people is talking. 23,000 co-streams on Twitch and YouTube, which is up 50% year over year. Now, why am I bringing up this data? Why does this matter? It's because every single year I see tweets, TikToks, YouTubes, IG posts, and everything else in between of people saying the Game Awards is trash. We're not watching this shit. This doesn't deserve to win Game of the Year. Nobody likes this shit. Nobody takes it seriously. But the numbers say otherwise. I brought this data up to show that niggas' entire lives are a lie. Subs can drop links in the chat. There it goes. Hold up. on Fraud Watch. Appreciate it. Y'all on Fraud Watch. The reason being is, and I suspect it's the same demographic of gamers who bitch about what won game of the year or what won whatever, even though we just, if you didn't catch yesterday's stream, according to Steam, only 14% of users are playing new games. But 100% of you chimed in on what should win game of the year. So 86% of you are not playing any of the games that are nominated, or you're not playing because it was about playtime as well, or you're not spending a lot of time on these games because y'all barely had any achievements. The average achievements earned per year was 11 in 2025. 86% of you are not playing these games nominated. You're claiming that you're not watching this shit because it's ass, but yet the numbers are up on the show. Somebody's lying. I'm telling you, gaming might be the most fraudulent. Gamers might be the most fraudulent group of people to participate in their hobby. Because I don't feel like this happens with music fans. Music fans go to concerts. Music fans buy them bundles to get them t-shirts and shit. Movie buffs, they got the Regal pass. They had the movie pass. They got the AMC pass. They had every fucking movie that you never even heard of. Matter of fact, movie fans are pissed because Sinners did not get nominated by Variety as one of the top movies of this year. It wasn't even in the, they didn't even, shit was straight up racist, by the way. I think Variety dropped a list of like the top 20 movies of 2025. Sinners wasn't even on the fucking list. I'm like, all right, bro. Fucking bookworms be at Barnes and Nobles. Bookworms be on TikTok talking about what I respect about the book community. I've recently just discovered them on TikTok. What I respect about the book community is the book community reads the book and then they share their opinion on it and they recommend it based off of what they read. I feel like the gaming community, and obviously what I'm about to say, if it don't apply, let it fly, because it's not everybody, but it's a lot of you. You guys don't play the game, but then try to tell people how to play it when they stream it. You try to tell everybody what should be game of the year. Y'all are fucking frauds. Yeah, gaming is full of fucking yappers. And I've been trying to wrap my brain around. When did this happen? I suspect, yeah, it's full of posers. It was Variety. Yeah, they did. Okay, yeah. I suspect this happened around COVID 2020 when everybody was building PCs and buying PS4s and shit. But I don't know, man. The data just says that. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and make a prediction. I predict next year the numbers are gonna go up even more. By how much? I don't know. 2, 3, 4, 5%. But because Expedition winning Game of the Year pissed off so many people, even though they didn't play it. I think people are gonna tune in because they want to see Jeff Keighley fuck up or something like that. Hobby tourists, yeah, hobby tourists, bruh. I thought it was a glitch when my achievements was 186 and I saw 11 average. No, it's not a glitch. People are fucking frauds, bruh. They are fucking frauds. We got a lot of people with strong opinions that ain't done nothing. Shout out to whoever dropped that link in the chat. Oh my bad, Nubis. So these are the top 20 games. So after 10. We got FIFA, MLB, Elden Ring's at number 11. Oh, Night Rain, that's Night Rain. Kingdom Come Deliverance, WWE, Minecraft, Forza, Split Fiction, Helldivers 2, and the MVP. What is it about the fucking MVP bundle with y'all, man? I'm actually surprised to see Split Fiction on this list up so high. Like I said, Expedition 33 announced they sold 6 million copies yesterday, and it's not even in the fucking top 20. That's crazy, and it's a good number. So that says to me, all of these games sold more than 6 million. And matter of fact, all of these games sold more than 7 million because Silksong 2's developers announced they sold 7 million a couple days ago. So all these have sold more than 7 million copies. This is crazy. Battlefield is back. Man, who's buying that shit? That's what I'm saying. I've never even seen this in the store. The MVP bundle. They pre-ordered the MVP bundle because the college football comes out first. EA is pulling like bundles like rappers who be trying to inflate their album sales. They'll put a t-shirt inside. If you stream it, you'll get a free t-shirt type shit. So is the data wrong or something? Nah, because it's coming for Circana, which is the most reputable data police. This people always reference this shit, so nah, it's legit. And it says physical and full game digital from Nintendo eShop, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC platforms. So they're ranking it off dollar sales. Ding, 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 ding. All their money probably goes towards the ball and gun games in the shops. Speaking of music sales, YouTube is no longer tracking music sales. They're no longer. I put that in the group chat. They're no longer tracking. No, they're not fucking with Billboard anymore. That's what I read. They said they don't agree with what Billboard does because Billboard only doesn't track free streams apparently. So if you have Spotify or like Apple Music, but you have the ad version, they don't count your listen towards the artist that you like. And YouTube said they're not playing that game anymore, from my understanding. Okay. Okay, man. My heart hurt to Expedition 3 is not on there. That is what it is, bro. I suspect in the next year it'll go up in the list. Battlefield 6 might be a good shooter, but it's not a good Battlefield game. Why you say that? I've been enjoying the game. I've been enjoying it. It's based off dollar value, correct? Am I wrong? Yeah, it is. That's what it says. Ranked on dollar sales. Oh, you know what? That might be why Expedition 33 is not there. Expedition 33 was a $50 game, but then no, because Split Fiction was only 30, right? They're measuring it off of something different. It's not just units. It's based off the actual dollars that it generated. Because some games are 70, some are 50, some are. That also might be why Arc Raiders isn't here because it's $40 too. It could be a little bit harder for other games to get on here. Do you mostly play the BR mode or other? I play the other modes off stream. I mainly play BR on stream just because that's what my friends like to play. Why? Because it's not BF23. Come the fuck on, bro. Huh? Is that why you're saying that it's not a good Battlefield game? Because it's not Battlefield 3? Is that what you're trying to argue? Battlefield 6 is a safe return to form. Hey, I'm having fun with it. If you don't like it, that's fine. Oh, well, man. I say I'm having fun with it. I agree. There's no real atmosphere in this Battlefield. The gameplay's fun though. It's a great Battlefield game. Y'all got to separate Battlefield 6 multiplayer from RedSec. Host Game Awards. Hey, regardless of how you feel about the quality of the game, somebody's playing it. Which, by the way, and this is why I keep bringing up that Battlefield 6 is the best-selling game of the year. This is also why y'all got to stop listening to these streamers. I've seen a lot of streamers say that Battlefield 6 is dead. No, it's not. It's the best-selling game of the year. It's just not a streamer game. Like, I recognize it doesn't get... Like, if I really was only focused on views, I would just play Arc Raiders. I know that's the game that's getting views right now. But it's a game that, you know, people who have 9-to-5s, they come home and they play. That's it. Sales for Expedition probably went up significantly after the Game Awards. I know it's moved 1 million units since the Game Awards, so after this list updates, it'll I think it could potentially appear eventually. But this is the main thing I wanted to focus on. Like, somebody's lying, bro. I keep seeing all these videos. I'm done with the Game Awards every fucking year. No, it's not. Y'all love that shit.